Hello everybody, Ryan Higgins here from Mind Movies, and I'm actually very excited today because I've been trying to tie down my guest today for quite a while. Adrian Law, he's appeared on television, radio and newspaper as a body language and human behaviour expert. He's also a peak performance coach and he's worked with Fortune 500 companies and individuals. And in terms of accreditations, I think he's got half the alphabet after his name. But I think what I love about Adrian is he really loves what he does. And I've managed to convince him to come on today to hopefully share with us the 3 keys to living abundantly, and I love that word, abundantly, in 3 areas of your life: personal, financial, and relationship.
That's right.
So Adrian, why don't you start by telling us exactly how you came across these keys and then what they are.
Certainly. Well, firstly, thank you for that introduction.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here finally. Just quickly, my story. Originally, I'm from a very small town in the UK called Boston. And not the one in America. It's very, very small. It's its namesake though. But if you ever go there, don't bother because it's not a nice place. However, I had a bit of a misspent youth. I was a shy young guy. My 2 main priorities in life were girls and sport.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Teenage guys going to be like that.
Certainly. And back then, education was well down the list. It wasn't a priority at all for me. Yeah. And what happened was I got quite good at pool and snooker, to the point where I was offered to go on the professional circuit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It was very cool. However, for me, there was something missing.
Okay.
You know, from a small town, I didn't even know London very well, so I wanted to feel worldly, and I knew back then even that I wanted to make a real difference in the world. So at the tender age of 22, I was more nervous than somebody who's really nervous. However, I bit the bullet, and I ended up buying a one-way ticket across the other side of the world.
Nice. Very adventurous.
Yeah, it was, and I was bricking, but my life never was the same again. The challenge for me, though, was during my travels, I got into so much trouble financially. There's so many stories I could tell you, but I literally it was almost do or die situation.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't until I came to Australia, and still as a backpacker, but I took a role with a company in the telecommunications industry that were pro on training and personal development. So what I did, I'll never forget this, it was my first seminar that I went to, and I got a taste of something really special in that course. In fact, there's something I've got here just to show you and the viewers at home.
Okay.
I still use it to this day.
Yeah.
These cards here.
Okay, actually, before you get started, why don't we move over to the table so the people at home can see as well as me.
Sure, no problem.
Cool.
So you notice, Ryan, and people at home, that we've got 2 cards here with a question on.
Yeah.
And the question simply states which card is the bigger.
Yeah.
So just answer that question if you can.
Well, very clearly that one is the bigger.
Okay. And then you'll also notice that one of the cards has got the word you on it. So that's going to represent yourself.
Yeah.
And then the other card has got the word problem on it.
Yeah.
So this could represent a problem that you may have in your finances, in your health, or perhaps your relationships.
So in this instance, the problem is bigger than me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then what happens, you have to watch very carefully. I'll do this slowly, but just watch carefully at home.
Yeah.
When I swap the cards around...
That's cool.
Isn't it?
Now I'm bigger than the problem.
That's true.
So how does that work?
Well, 2 things. Firstly, because the cards are a different shape, the way they're curved, it's an illusion that one card is a different size.
Yeah.
But secondly, I asked you the question and it also states it on the card here, which is the bigger. So we presume that one of the cards is bigger.
Okay. So now you've got to be curious, which one is actually bigger?
So it's the power of the mind here. So if we put them together...
Identical.
Identical, yes.
Very cool.
So this lesson was literally what started my journey that went over the next 12 years.